What's up, guys? It's Wally. Today we're going to be doing some battles with the Choice Band Komala. So in honor of the global challenge that's happening right now and all of the interesting teams that I'm sure all of us have already seen so far, I thought it'd be really fun to actually go to a Pokemon randomizer, randomize 6 Pokemon, and find which one has the lowest usage and build a team with it. And I think you guys can tell by all the Pokemon on this team which Pokemon that is, because Komala has a 0.00% usage according to Pikalytics, so that's why it ended up becoming the Mon to put on this team. And I know this thing doesn't have a lot of bulk, doesn't have a lot of attack, nor does it have a lot of speed, but with the EVs that we have in this, it is maxed out in attack. However, it also does have enough speed that in Tailwind, you're going to end up outspeeding not just a non-speed booster Flutter Mane, but also a Choice Scarf Urshifu as well. So that's a nice little calc to kind of have there to be able to kind of make it so that you could potentially catch them off guard and be able to outspeed them and potentially knock them out with either a Thrash, Play Rough, Shadow Claw, or something like an Iron Head as well. Now, the really cool thing about Komala is it does have the ability Comatose. So basically what that means is that Komala can pretty much always attack, but in terms of statuses, it's always going to kind of appear as if it's asleep, which means that you can't be put to sleep by anyone else, but that also means that you can't be statused with either poison or paralysis either, because those are basically statuses, but since you are, for all intents and purposes, asleep, you can't get statused otherwise. So that's really good in case, you see like another Glimmora that has to put out toxic spikes, or another Mon that usually goes with like a Thunder Wave or something. You never have to worry about that with Komala because you're never going to have to take that status. So that's a really cool thing. And the other cool thing about Komala too is it does learn the move Thrash. Now, Thrash is a move that really isn't used at all, and for good reason too, because it is essentially a normal type Outrage. So I know some people with Dragonite end up going with Outrage, which is cool because it is a 120 power. However, you are locked into that for a couple turns. You do end up becoming confused when you're done with it, and also you don't necessarily get to select what Pokemon you're using that into. So that's not always fun, but since Komala does get Thrash as a stab move, and that pretty much powers up to 180 with the Choice Band, it's nice because you're still going to be doing a good amount of damage into Pokemon that will take that as a neutral hit. Obviously, if there's a Ghost type out there, you have to worry about clicking that, but if you don't see a Ghost type on their team or a Pokemon that typically terastallizes into Ghost, you can always click Thrash and hope that it ends up doing enough damage to knock them out. And that's part of the reason why we end up pairing it with Chien-Pao too, because with Chien-Pao, obviously with the Sword of Ruin, you end up lowering everyone's defense by 25%. So Komala with the Choice Band and a potential Thrash is going to do a ton of damage into things and potentially could knock them out in one shot. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. So we'll figure out if we can actually do that. Again, I don't think that Komala is going to be a great Pokemon, and it is probably better used as more of like a bulky supporter if you really want to put those EVs in like the HP, defense, special defense, and end up putting something like Yawn on Komala. You can always do that. And it's probably a better use of it than going with the Choice Band. But again, in honor of the GC and some really crazy stuff that I'm sure we're all going to see if we haven't already, I figured Choice Band Komala is kind of right up that alley. So let's see if we can do some work with him. Let's see if we can get some wins. So we'll get into the battles, but before we do, as always, if you guys are new here, just having chat, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. Well, let's get into the battles. Now, this is a pretty interesting team, if I'm being completely honest with you. But honestly, one where I think that Komala would actually do well, because a lot of the times when you see... what are those two names? Lilligant and Torkoal together. Well, maybe not anymore, but I know when they used to, it used to be a... sometimes they would protect on the first one and go with like a Sleep Powder or something, instead of just doing the After You right away. So Komala would be great for that, because they ain't getting put to sleep. So that's perfect. We'll go with those two to kind of start then. And the back, I'm going to actually have Glimmora... and we'll go Chien-Pao too. I want Chien-Pao to be out there with Komala, obviously. I think that Flutter could have been a really good bring too, but in all honesty, I'm happy with this. The question is, what are they going to lead here? Ooh, wow, leading the double. Okay, cool. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Alright, so... Special attack? Yep. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go for the Tailwind here. So, Play Rough is 90, and Super Effective would be 180. Thrash is 120, but with Stab would be 180, so they would be equivalent. My one worry, though, is if Gouging Fire here ends up going for a Burning Bulwark, we would be in just an absolute world of trouble. So, especially if the Thrash decide to go over there. So, let's kind of play a little more safe, and let's go with the Play Rough. Well, the Thrash would have worked then. That's okay, though. Good damage into Raging Bolt. I like that. Ooh, but the Draco... Yeah, is more than enough to be able to take it out. Still some good damage, though. Still some good damage. Ooh, and Breaking Swipe, too. Good damage, but ain't gonna do much. To us, at least. So we're gonna go with Glimmora on this one. I'm going to taunt over there, and I'm going to go for a, who do they have in the back? Let's go Sludge Bomb into Raging Bolt. That'll stop them from doing a Burning Bulwark later on. And that would stop a Thunderclap right here, too. So that's good. We'll be able to knock them out with the Sludge Bomb. And then... Oh, no. This thing has Stomping Tantrum. Has Iron Head as well. That's not good either, but that is a whole hell of a lot better than a ground move, to be completely honest with you. So, very happy about that. Now, again, also, they're not going to be able to end up protecting here. So we can actually go for a Power Gem over there and hope for the best. Ah, hi. I know them. At least they're poisoned, though. And here's what we're going to end up doing. I know. Ooh, that's nice. Too bad we're going to take it away. So let's do that, and let's go for the Power Gem over into Gouging Fire. And let's hope we can just take it out right here. And even though that leaves Torkoal to go for an Eruption with full HP, I mean, it's going to be in the rain, so that's going to be nice. That'll help us out a little bit. There. Rain Dance. And come on, Power Gem. If I ever needed you to hit harder than before, this is where it's going to be. Not quite there. And it does have a berry, too. Okay. So we got close, but not too bad. Not too bad. And not quite enough. Let's go. And thankfully, again, they can't protect. And Torkoal's poisoned now, which is even nicer for us. So let's go Bleak Wind Storm, and let's go Power Gem one more time, too. Now, even if they end up terastallizing, I think it would be into, like, grass. Well, maybe not grass. Yep, that's a smart move right there. Alright, so we end up taking out Lilligant. Or at least getting it down to Sash. That's going to be the main thing. Well, actually, that ain't going to matter, because they're going to get knocked out to the poison, too. So, there we go. Bleak Wind. Lilligant's going to be pretty much knocked out, and we're going to knock out Gouging Fire here with the Power Gem. Goodbye. There we go. Wish we could have had that on the last one, but that's okay. That's okay. Lilligant's gone. And now, in all honesty, I don't even think we have to just change the weather. I think we can just leave the sun out, and we can just go for a straight up just power gem. I think we'll be good. Yep, plus they're still poisoned too. Beautiful. So let's go Bleak Wind, and let's go Power Gem. And let's go! We take that win. Yeah, again, I know it was only... Komala, that is, was only able to really get off one move there. I think if we would have had Chien-Pao out there, it would have actually knocked out Raging Bolt. But, again, I should have probably clicked Thrash there just for the fun of it, but... Again, I felt like that was a little bit safer, but either way, ended up getting us a win, so I'll take it. Good game. Intimidate, Double Genies, and Redirect. The trifecta. Let's go. So it looks like we're going to be starting out with Tornadus and probably Flutter Mane, to be honest with you. In the back, of course, we're bringing Komala, and there's definitely no way we're not. And then... In all honesty, probably... No. Honestly, we probably should go... Ogerpon would actually be pretty good here. But I want to have Komala and Pao out there at the same time. So let's bring them both, and let's just hope for the best. Again, being able to have our own redirect with Ogerpon would have been really nice. Besides, the water would have been really good into... a handful of them. I will say the downside, though, would be the fact that Landorus would probably have Sludge Bomb, and that would not be something that we want to see. Good, and that's not even a water one over there anyway, so that's perfectly fine. Alright, so let's go with our Tailwind. And let's go for a Dazzling Gleam. That's fine. We don't take any... Wow. Well, yikes. Don't take any flinch on that. That's good. Go. Get the Dazzling. Down to Sash. And then here comes the Wicked Blow. And so long, buddy. Thanks, Flutter Mane. You did great. I'm extremely proud of it. Okay. Now, on this one, we're going in with Komala. And we should be fine here. Question is, what's going to be the best into Incineroar? And with who they have in the back, that's going to be the other scary thing too. So let's go Bleak Wind. And you know what? Let's Thrash it. That's fine. The Thrash is going to go over into... It's going to go over into Incineroar. I'm calling it right now. Calling it right now. Good damage. They're going to get their berry, I would imagine. Yep. And come on, Thrash. Please go over into Incineroar. Yeah, let's go. And Incineroar is now gone. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we've been looking for. Now, again, the downside here is the fact that they could bring in Flutter Mane. Which, again, is part of the reason why Thrash just isn't really that great of a move. Yeah, that's the downside. But, yeah, that's going to be the big worry here, though. Well, let's just keep going for the Bleak Wind. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope they decide to Terrastalize here for some bizarre reason. That would be funny if they Terrastalized into Fairy, though. I think that would... Okay. Hold on now, because we outspeed that. That's fine. Nice. And even if they don't get a speed drop here, I think we just knocked out Flutter Mane. I didn't think that they were going to terrestrialize. I'm sorry. But I didn't have a choice. I couldn't swap it out. I couldn't terrestrialize it itself. I couldn't change the move. So I'll take that. That seems pretty lucky to me, if you ask. All right, perfect. So let's do that. Let's, gonna go for a, we'll go for the Bleak Wind. I'm okay with that. Let's go. And let's see what they do here. Again, we do have the speed. And they do not have Terra left. So they could protect, and that would actually put us into confusion. But thankfully, that is not the case. And Komala just ends up sweeping. Like, we didn't even need Pao for that. We didn't even need Pao for that. It would have been nice for you know, just for the hell of it. But still, we'll take that. Komala taking out a handful of them with Thrash. Let's go. He's a little fatigued now, and he's going to be confused. But it's the end of the battle, so he's not going to hurt himself. So there we go. I wasn't 100% sure about that, and I was a little worried about having Thrash be kind of locked in, especially with a Ghostmon in the back. But again, thankfully for us, they ended up terrestrializing into Fairy, and we ended up taking them out. Good game. Now, we do have a couple things to worry about here, unfortunately, considering the fact that our two only special attackers are Glimmora and Flutter Mane, and Flutter Mane gets absolutely wrecked by our Chaladon, and Glimmora doesn't have anything that is going to be... Yep, not a thing that's even going to be just neutral. So that makes it scary. But again, the good thing here is the fact that we do have Pao. Pao does have Sacred Sword, so it doesn't matter how many stamina boosts they get. It just ain't going to make a difference. So let's go Tornadus here. Let's go Komala. Let's go with the Pawn. And let's go Chien-Pao too. We are literally bringing no special attackers. But we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll be okay until we're not. Yeah. I don't care if that doesn't make sense. It makes sense in my head. So let's go. We're going to be able to get our Tailwind up. Okay, that's rough. So let's go Tailwind here. I bet you they still go Wicked Blow, though. I bet you they still go Wicked Blow. But I'll take the chance. Let's do that, and let's go with the Play Rough. Don't feel good about it, but... yeah, this is just to stop a close combat. It's very possible that they just decide, again, to just go with the Wicked Blow, but... that's the risk we're taking here. The Tailwind. They'll get a Tailwind. And then they should have the speed. Unless it's the slowest one alive. Let's go! Or Drain Punch, close combat. Tomato, tomato. Wow! I thought that was going to be sashed. And we get the crit, too. Holy cow, let's go. Not what I was expecting. You're not going to hear me complain. I'm all good with that. That's not ideal, though. What do you say we go for the Bleak Wind, though? And, Ogerpon would be a little rough to swap into. I'm gonna deal with it. Let's go with the Play Rough. Should still do some good damage. Chances are they're gonna go with a, like a Dazzling Gleam, though. It's alright. If we are able to hit, we're going to be able to knock out with... or not knock out, but do a good amount of damage with the Play Rough. Uh-oh. Yeah. See, that's the problem, man. You go out there with just just an absolute monster like Komala, and they just have to target it down on the first one. Wow, we didn't even get our first Bleak Wind. Or we didn't get our Bleak Wind first, pardon me. Because we are max speed, which means that that is going to be an unfortunate tie going forward. But a double speed drop is a big help. Is a big, big help. So let's go into Chien-Pao here. And yeah, this we should be alright. We should be alright. Let's get our Bleak Wind. Who do they have in the back, though, potentially? Either way, we'll go for the Ice Spinner. Good. We end up picking that up. And then, as long as we end up hitting the Bleak Wind on this one, because it is a singular target, it is possible that we could take them out. Possible. Oh, no. Come on, no burn. Thank you. Okay, good. But man, darn. But Heat Wave, wow. Definitely not what I was expecting at all, as a matter of fact. That's fine. They do not have their Terra left. That's good. So in that case, we're going Bleak Wind, and I need to take them out. Okay, that's fine. We'll get our Bleak Wind Storm. Oh, we get the crit over there, didn't we? No? Was that just a higher roll? Wow. Okay. Nice. I like that. Alright, now let's go Ogerpon. And I think we can call this a game then, I think. Yeah, so let's get our Tailwind. And let's go Ivy Cudgel. Even if they go Spiky Shield, it's not going to matter because Ivy Cudgel is not a contact move. And there we go. Unfortunate that they were able to take out Komala early on, but hey, you know what? We traded it for a single strike Urshifu, and that's a trade I'll make any day. Good game. Looks like they have an option for both Trick Room and Tailwind, so it's possible that they end up sending out their Trick Room stuff. But I don't know. Let's hope that's not the case. But that's fine. Let's go Tornadus. Let's go Komala. Yeah, we'll go those two, and then I'm also going to end up bringing Outrage, and then, of course, Chien-Pao as well. Should we? Yeah, I'll bring Chien-Pao as well. We just need to make sure that we can get rid of Farigiraf. Yeah, in all honesty, I might actually think of swapping Sucker Punch off for an actual dark move that that isn't priority. But either way, honestly, Sucker Punch is still a great move, especially if you don't have to worry about someone blocking priority on the other team. But either way, let's see here. Question is, do they start Farigiraf or do they start with Tornadus? Tornadus Flutter Mane, of course. Sounds about right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go for our Tailwind. And I'm going to go for the Iron Head over into Flutter Mane. If we don't get knocked out on this one, at least we'll get an Iron Head over there, and that'll do some good damage. We'll see what happens, though. I would imagine they're going to go Tailwind, though. It's going to be double Tailwind, then probably Dazzling Gleam. No? So we get the free Iron Head? Let's go! That's beautiful! That's something you love to see. Yeah, we'll take the Bleak Wind, that's fine. Komala survives that better than Tornadus did, wow. Question is, who's the next Mon? Basket Legion. All right. We need to absolutely go for the taunt over there then. So let's do that, and I'm going to go for the Iron Head as well. And let's try to take them out, because I feel, honestly, we have 2 Mons in the back that are going to be able to take care of that. They're not the ones that I'm worried about here. The one that I'm worried about is definitely going to be Tornadus, because even though we do have ice in the back to be able to take care of it, they can set the rain, they can do a lot of things that we don't want them to do. So we'll take them out. Plus, it's going to be super effective against Ogerpon. Wow! Let's go! I'm surprised at that. And the Rocky Helmet, that's fine. Komala faints, which means if we both... Let's go! Oh my goodness! That is huge! That's huge! So let's go. We're going to Chien-Pao on this one. And let's go Bleak Wind Storm. I'm actually thinking about protecting. But in all honesty, I'm trying to think who they would swap in. I'll still go that. They may swap out Tornadus. They don't. They just terrestrialize. But into what? My guess would be that's going to be water. Oh, it's going to be grass. Okay, cool. We can deal with that, in all honesty. That is not that big of a deal for us. Because, again, we'll have the Ice Spinner to be able to take care of that. But we do that, and then we'll also get our Bleak Wind Storm. Son of a bitch, I forget about that. But we'll also get our Bleak Wind Storm, which should take them out as well. Got a little bulk to it, okay. But at least we dropped their speed. Come on, we can survive. Apparently not. Wow. That's okay, though. A little bit of recoil damage. Now we got Ogerpon. And now, honestly, all I think we have to do here... actually, hold on. Before I say anything, let's make sure they don't have any spread moves on their last Mon. Good, so then we can literally just go for a... No! I was hoping it wasn't going to be you. That's alright, though. Here's what we do, is we go Bleak Wind Storm, and we go for a Follow Me. I think that's going to be the best course of action. Stops the Sucker Punch. Also stops... Well, they didn't have an Aqua Jet, so that wasn't going to matter. But there we go! Now we get Urshifu down to Sash. And now, honestly, all we need is... Hey, we even dropped the speed. Honestly, all we need is just an Ivy Cudgel and a Bleak Wind Storm here. Tailwind's gone, that's okay, though. Let's go Bleak Wind. Let's go Ivy Cudgel. And let's call this one a game, then. They can't hit both of us, and I have faith that Bleak Wind would hit, and even if they don't, 1 HP is going to get taken down by pretty much anything here. So let's see. Yep. Okay, cool. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, I was a little worried about that, to be completely honest with you, but I'm a little surprised that we ended up getting that Iron Head right off the bat, and they didn't put up the Tailwind, so... That makes me really happy, and that we're able to come out with a victory. Good game. So even though we pretty much showed how frail Komala can be, especially when you train it in mostly attack and speed, we still showed that if it is able to get a hit or two off, and the thing does an absolute ton of damage. And that Thrash as well, even though it is basically just like a normal type Outrage, still does some good damage because you end up getting that stab bonus on it. And even if you don't want to go with Thrash and you do want to get a stab move, you can always terrestrialize into the Ghost and go with the Shadow Claw and do some really good damage, especially into a lot of the Ghost type, Psychic type, and things like that as well. So again, even though Komala is probably better off as a more bulky, I guess, kind of supporter with like Yawn and everything like that, Still kind of fun to put a Choice Band on it, put it there with Chien-Pao, and see how much damage it can do. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. We'll see you guys next time.